Hello there, this is Miss Yates, Director of Music at St Ambrose. This presentation is designed to give you a bit of a flavour for what GCSE music is like and what you can expect from it. So what can GCSE music offer you? There are a number of skills that I think makes this a fantastic GCSE. So obviously creativity, being able to analyse music and explore it on a much deeper level. One that I think is particularly unique to music is being able to use it as a tool for self-expression. It teaches you discipline and practice, so being committed to practicing your instrument, to improving and to refine your craft, again, two super valuable skills that this GCSE will teach you. Obviously it fosters enjoyment. I think we sometimes forget that we should be enjoying what we study and what we pursue at GCSE. It teaches you teamwork, so not only are you performing as a soloist, but you're working alongside your peers. And finally, one of the lovely things about this GCSE is it's about your passion and your love for music, and you'll be sharing these lessons with other people who similarly have a love for music, and that just creates such a lovely environment. Okay, so more on a results level, why take GCSE music? So obviously I'm new this year at St Ambrose, but I bring with me a really good track record of results with my students. So for example, previous students of mine have gone to Oxford, they've gone to conservatoires, which are very prestigious institutions where you can study music performance. Small class sizes means that personalisation and great relationships with students and staff. You're going to get a lot of one-on-one time with the teacher to ensure that you make really good and rapid progress. And finally, 78% of students in 2019 got a grade 9, 8 or 7, which is way above the national average again. So in terms of results, you are in good hands if you take this GCSE. Okay, so just a few myths that I thought I'd like to address with you. These are some of the quotes that regularly come up with students. You know, if I already play an instrument, then I don't need to take a GCSE in it, for example. And what I would just say to this is, you know, studying music on an academic level is very different to playing or performing in your own time. It's a very holistic GCSE, so you're learning to analyse and listen and appreciate music. You're learning how to compose, and you're learning how to perform as well. So it's a really well-rounded GCSE that I think offers a lot more than perhaps just performing or keeping up with your instrument, as obviously as good as that is. And obviously music is hugely valued by the workplace. The transferable skills that musicians often have, such as discipline and commitment to practicing and all that kind of thing, I think make it a really viable GCSE. Okay, so the exam course itself, you have 40% of your GCSE that is an exam, and this is where you listen to music and you answer questions on that music. You'll be used to by now, Year 9, doing our listening diaries at the beginning of each lesson, and I suppose the GCSE exam is a little bit like that. So you listen to music and you answer questions about the song. Okay, 30% of the performance is 30% of the GCSE is performance, and that will consist of one solo and one group performance. And again, a group performance could be with your classmates, it could be with someone outside of school, it could be with me or Mr. Vorton. That's something we support you with, obviously. And then the other 30% is composition. Again, you'll write 2 pieces of music. One will be a free composition, which is where it can basically be anything you want, any style of music. And then the other composition is set to a brief that the exam board publishes each year. So it could be write a piece of music for a funeral, or write a piece of music for a wedding. And again, this is something you receive a lot of guidance and support with. It's not something that we would just ask you to go and do. Okay? And one thing I do think is very beneficial about this course is that it's 60% coursework, and that just means that a lot of the GCSE is within your control before you actually walk into the exam itself. And for example, if you perform very well on the coursework, it just gives you a little bit of reassurance and a bit of a safety net going into that exam beforehand. So it's a nice GCSE, I think, in terms of how it's structured. So we do have a few expectations if you are seriously considering this GCSE. So you do need to be able to play an instrument or sing, and we specify around grade 2 or grade 3 minimum really, just so you're able to access those top grades at GCSE. You do need to be committed to practicing your instrument, so it can't be just something you play your recorder every now and then sort of thing. You do need to be practicing regularly. You enjoy listening to different types of music, or at least you're open to studying different kinds of music. So if you really absolutely hate listening to everything but pop music, maybe it's not the GCSE for you. You need to sort of be a little bit more open-minded to different styles. And finally, you are ready to study music at a deeper level. So there is a slight gap between Year 9 and GCSE music. We do analyse music in quite a lot of depth, and again, this is something that we support you with, but we just ask that you are going to be ready for that step up. And finally, just a few quotes from our current Year 10 students. I have not faked these. These are exactly word for word what these Year 10 students said a month ago. So I'll just leave you to read through those. But in summary, really, students who study GCSE music tend to love it because of those small class sizes, because of the love of music and the passion that they share for it. They can be hard work, but they're a lot of fun also. So you'll find that the class dynamic is quite relaxed, but it's also a very sort of rigorous atmosphere as well. And lastly, this is a GCSE which will give you skills for life, Year 9. I would like to think that this GCSE helps students to see music in a different light and to really appreciate it and take that away with them, even if they don't pursue it at A-level or university. So that concludes my presentation. I hope you find it useful, but of course if you have any further questions regarding this PowerPoint, then you can contact me via Miss R. Yates at stambrosecollege.org.uk. So the normal email address, but with Miss R. Yates at the start. Thank you very much for your time. Bye bye.